outbacky. It's in the middle of nowhere.
One little monkey jumping on the bed.
It almost seems that gimmicky, fake kind of vibe.
It was shiny. It has some red, some purple, some blue.
Sitting by the fireside, really feeling that I like every little time that I get a chance to close my eyes. If you're gonna make it soon, maybe we could get our room, but I need some rest from gloom. Otherwise I feel I'm doomed. You be looking over like you really know me. Maybe take a picture, take a couple, guess it's free. I don't wanna give another guarantee.
We are... where?
COOBER PEDY.
COOBER PEDY. It's hot, it's outbacky, it's in the middle of nowhere. We've got no idea what we're in for here. We're going to stay underground, spend a few days here and see what we can find, what we can do, what we can explore. So,
And we're going to get rich because we're going to find opals.
oh, I'm going to find them all. I'm going to find them all. We're underground.
Yeah.
Whoa!
There's a kitchen wheel. Let's go check out the bedroom.
Oh,
There's toys, Mummy.
You're lucky.
Come on, Will. How do Coober cheese, Mum?
You can later, mate. You can.
This is where the
It's okay,
laundry
you're okay.
and another sink is.
Oh.
Yeah. This is the bathroom. Where's the shower, Mum? There's a bed here.
is there a light here?
Here, mate. Oh, the bath. You have a bathroom.
Mama, there's three.
Okay, mate.
Oh!
There's 3 bedrooms, Mama. Yeah, that's one for you and Dad. I sleep in here tonight.
You're probably not sleeping in here. You're probably sleeping out in the caravan.
No, Mama, can me and Will sleep in the same bed?
Well, I haven't found all the lights yet, but this is really cool. So this is called, what's it called? Excuse me. So this is called Ali's Underground House. Got a house here and a studio next door. So 260 bucks, I think this was. 2 bedrooms. I might just close that door because it's 41 degrees here in COOBER PEDY. I don't want that. Keep that cool air out. It is cool in here. Like it's probably 22, 23 in here. Cool. It's full on kitchen. There's a bath. There's a shower. There's everything.
Me and Will can sleep together tonight. Mummy said we can.
We can sleep together. So they're in the same room. Mum and Dad will be in the same room. This is cool. This is really cool. I slept in something like, well, underground in COOBER PEDY when I was 12. But it's the only one that was more a motel-y type thing. I'm here for one night because that's all we can get in. But I'm going to put this camera down and just explore this because this is cool. I'm excited. What do you got there, guys?
Locks. And we're underground. Keep jumping on the bed. One little monkey, 3 heads. One little monkey jumping on the bed. One fella bumped its head.
I think there's a couple of excited little possums there that they've got a bed and a couple of rooms and everything else. So we're excited too, to be honest. This is cool. This is really cool. What do you reckon?
It's good. And there's toys as well.
What?
And there's a toy
Big grins. What do you reckon, Mama?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
First 30 minutes we've been here.
The kids cannot stop giggling and jumping around. They're like kids in a lolly shop, really.
It's hot in here. We're outside in the little foyer.
Outside our little cave house.
Underground
what do you call
mine.
it? Underground house.
Show a bit more out here. It's bloody hot, so I won't stay out here long. I'm gonna go enjoy the insides. But this is, well, you can sort of see it happening in the background. Their house, Ellie's house, is on top of the highest hill in town apparently. So you sort of got some really cool views. I think that way might be west. I don't know for sure. I'm a bit disorientated. Town is kind of that way. Just under here we've got the Catacomb Church, and these are some of the outlets for air ventilation apparently. But Jesus, just feels rugged. This place feels rugged in a good way. Like it's hot, and like they got their underground stuff for a reason. Because the days are scorching. It's going to actually cool down tomorrow, which is good. We've had nearly a week now of this relentless weather. So yeah, look at it. It's just, I don't know, something different for us. Not something we've done as a family before, and the kids' excitement just sort of makes it worthwhile. So we're going to get some pizza for dinner as well, just to keep the takeaway dinners going and blowing the budget even further. But sort of thought, well, instead of just getting a boring old barbecue or something like that, we'll actually have something that they continue that excitement for as well. So yeah, didn't even bother leveling the van. We're just getting inside. Too excited. There's the details there. Ellie's underground. The caravan is absolutely filthy, but I'm not worried about that today. That can be a tomorrow job. Sun's just about to set. Ooh, nearly fell over. Ooh, watch where I'm going. Sun's just about to set, isn't it, babes? On our night underground. We're actually going for a walk on top of the house. There's a bit of a walking trail that you can do apparently. Had a few beers, just had a little chair over here. It's a really cool spot just to watch the world go by. And now I'm just gonna head up here. So the track just starts a little bit steep. Go and have a look. So all these pipes and outlets are a different room in the house. So this one here is the lounge room.
And we're going to find
Laundry.
We're going to find gems tomorrow.
Opals. Hopefully do a bit of a tour early on in the piece, so we know what we're looking for, and strike it rich and pay for a whole trip. But there's not much back there. I think the breakaways are out that way somewhere. I'm puffed. I'm so unfit. Oh, she's down. You right?
Yep. Top of the mountain.
It's a bit blowy out here at the moment. We're on top. Oh, yeah, we're on top. 360 views of COOBER Pedy. A bit of rain coming over here. I think town's that way. Don't even know if you'll be able to hear me with all that wind. Just gotta watch our footing. We've got to go to the track, babes, over here. Thongs aren't the best to get around in. COOBER Pedy's cool. Very different, very unique and quirky. Eva can't wait to sleep underground.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least ways to stay alive, and the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise.
So we're just a long way underground at the moment at old, what is it, old miners mine? Old timers mine in COOBER PEDY. So these places are littered everywhere. Half of them are closed at the moment because it's still not peak season. But yeah, so it's cool. It's cool for the kids. It's well sort of set out. Obviously there's a few things that have been done. That's a shaft that goes to the top. But obviously things have sort of been set up a little bit for tourists to be able to walk through and just sort of show that. But it's a good overview and good little introduction for the kids into what it was like, and us I guess, what it was like before the new machinery that's around. So old timers mine, smack bang in the middle of COOBER PEDY.
You'll be the last one I think about. We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. Honey, you are my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find a way.
Does nobody sleep? That's just a fake person.
Seriously.
It's a fake person. See? That is a fake person.
There's old mate over there. So we're just underground now. We're just in the museum.
And I got a fossil.
Well, yeah, the man behind the counter gave Eva and Will some fossils, some fossilised seashells. How old are they? Millions of years old, he said. So we're now in a underground dugout. It's sort of been set up as how they would have used to have lived.
Is that a toilet?
So just reading it, this was built in like 1918, so it's like 105 years old.
Mom, what's this? What was that back there? What? Oh.
And that last bedroom was added at a later stage, like 50, 60 years later, and he actually broke through into this mine. So he had direct access from the dugout, which is the house, into the mine there, which is, it's just, I don't know, it's fascinating that this is all underground. And it's still going on today, like in much newer technology and much newer machinery, but still it's crazy that this is like a working town still.
Mom, how did he get up there? 5 already, Mummy. Daddy, where are we gonna dig? We can have this church over back, Mum.
So I've done our museum tour and our mine tour. We had a little bit of noodling. That's what you call when you go sort of fossicking. You alright?
Yeah.
I feel like every time I turn this camera on, she falls over. She fell over 3 times on a walk last night. But then there's this public noodling place that you can do. Noodling place you can do. Oh my god. That wheel's gone down the background. So, but yeah, there's all the old tailings around here. Well, they come and dump it, and you can go noodling as long as you don't have, I think it's a pick or something else, then you need a permit. So we're gonna go find the big dogs, aren't we, babes? Where are the big dogs?
I don't know.
Just looking for anything with colour, basically.
My breakthrough rock dada.
It's a surprise that with you I feel alive. You will be the last one to think about. The last one to think about.
A beer at the underground, or Trina had a rosé at the underground pub in COOBER PEDY. Technically it's underground because there's a bit of dirt behind us, but it's the biggest crock of shit in my trip so far, I reckon.
It basically felt like you're in a normal pub with the pokies and everything. No atmosphere, I called it the moon.
Beers are good because there was pirate life on tap, but underground, nah. So we're back for day 2 of noodling in the public noodling space, or fields, or whatever you call it. Well, show me your opals that you found.
I found these opals.
Hold and show the camera.
Yeah.
Show the camera.
These are Will's. Pretty big, we're going to
You've
be
got some big ones, mate, haven't you? You found all the big dogs. That's Mama's collection at the moment. Looks like she's got a nice little yellow one
I
there.
can put these one in the car.
So we found a bunch yesterday and we went home and cleaned them up. I reckon we got maybe 4 little ones, but the kids love it. So we thought we'd come back and do some more. Poured rain last night. I don't know if that's good or bad for opal hunting. How you going, Beeves? Finding some?
I found one pretty one. Oh, here's one.
Just found another one. So there's a geologist here yesterday when we were here.
Really pretty one.
And instead of being up in the big fields, like the big mounds that are all around, they just said to stay around the tables, stay around this monument and the signs and that, and said you'll find lots of little ones there rather than just going off into the distance. I don't know what the difference is, but that's what we're doing today. We found a few little ones we'll go home and clean up as well, so and see how we go. We actually got flooded last night at the caravan park, so just had to wait till that dried out a bit this morning. Yeah, staying at the Stewart Ranges Outback Park or something. It's good, like it's safe and a little bit out of town. And sort of show you some footage of that. Alright, so I don't know whether we're retiring today on the opal finds. What about you, Mum?
Look, we found a couple of nice colourful ones, but pretty little.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll be retiring.
So we got some advice yesterday off a geologist to say just stick around the tables and the monument and everything. It's on Jeweller's Shop Road. I assume it's called Jeweller's Shop because the stuff they find in there is nice for the jewelries. Yeah, nice for the jewellery shops. But then a guy pulled up in a car and told us, go look in the mounds, ignore the top third, the first third, because in that it's just, that's opalous mud or opalous gravel that the bulldozers just push up on top. And start a third down, and he gave us a few, like a little bit of colour on them, rocks, just to sort of show as an example. And said this is what you're looking for. On cloudy days it's not easy to see because the sun helps with the shimmer. So we went and did that, but like the fields are that big, it's hard to know where to start. So there goes our mates. I think it's more fun with the kids just to look for the little stuff, and that's what I've got in the bag there. We'll go home and wash all that up. There's probably what, 100 rocks there maybe?
Probably.
And
probably only about 6 of them have colour in them, but anyway, we'll find that out once we wash them.
yeah, I think like we got a couple in there with reds and stuff, which is pretty cool. So
A couple of blue ones.
I found one with some shine in it and some red.
Eva found the one of the day today, I reckon. Or Mum found a good one too. Anyway, we're going to go up 360 winch or something it's called on top of COOBER PEDY, overlooks everything. You got 360 views. It's cloudy, but it's, what's it saying, 29, but it is humid.
Yeah.
So I'm sweating my little balls off.
It's looking very stormy. Looks like it's going to roll back in again.
But yeah, go have a drink. Well deserved drink. probably be able to pay for it with our opals that we've found, I reckon.
Please.
What do you reckon? We
Probably bits of broken glass.
upgrading the caravan?
No, I don't believe so.
COOBER PEDY, we'll give you a bit of a rundown on that too at some point. Because I like it. It's cool. Tell us about your opal hunting.
I found the best opal of the day, Dad reckons.
Shush, mate.
Will found some rocks.
So you found the biggest one of the day, you reckon? How
No.
big was it? Or the best one, sorry?
It was shiny, it has some red, some purple, some blue.
Have to get home and clean them up, won't we? What are we doing now?
And we're going to the pub.
Well, I don't know what's the pub.
Yes. Have I, Dad? Dad, can I have a go, Dad? Dad, can I have a go, Dad? That's cool. Dad, I want to have a go, Daddy. Dad!
It's over.
I did it.
So if you're coming for a drink in COOBER PEDY, definitely come to 360 winch on top. You can't miss it. You'll see it from anywhere in the town. It's so much nicer and classier, and well, not classy, but just a better vibe than the underground
Desert Cave Hotel.
Desert Cave Hotel,
Dad, I got some more
which
grass.
is like you're in a.
I got some more grass. See,
Good
I
job.
got some more grass. See?
It's like you're in a bistro and gaming room, and the guy behind the counter was not friendly at all. So 360 winch, it's the place to be if you want to have a drink. But yeah, you literally see the whole town from up here. It's really cool, and it's just like it's got some nice luscious grass. We're camping on dirt basically, which is basically mud at the moment because of the rains overnight. So just nice to get away and see some grass in a town that doesn't have a lot of water. Even our campground, you have to fill up at one machine on powered sites. They're not part of every site. So it's $1 for 40 litres, which makes sense. You only have to look at Google to see the price of residential housing water as well. It's just nothing out here. Anyway, 360 winch.
Where my handle? Dad. What's that truck?
So that's COOBER PEDY's drive-in. Every Saturday night they show a film there. We were actually just going to go to the breakaways, which is like 20-something K out of town and then a bit of dirt. But due to the rain last night, all the roads are closed, including the road we took from William Creek to COOBER PEDY. So just going to give you a run through town basically. So over there, got the Kangaroo Orphanage or Kangaroo Rescue Centre. Basically by booking, you got to do that. And then from here, we've got a few underground mines and tourist attractions. They've got the IGA in town, which is actually a really good IGA. It's got a lot of well, prices are pretty normal for the middle of nowhere. And then from here, we've got the rocket ship out of Pitch Black, the movie, which is I think early 2000s. But yeah, lots of little opal shops where you can buy and sell jewelry and that sort of thing. But there's really not much. There's on top of the hill up there. That's just where we were at Big Winch 360. And then if we continue up the street, we've got more opal shops, more opal shops. We've got a few desert underground caves that they say apparently. That are really just, a lot of the time, as you can see out there, they're buildings with dirt thrown on top, so including the underground pub, supposedly. They got like a Mitre 10, chemist, a couple of servos, a couple of other pubs and bottle shops, and really that's COOBER PEDY's main town. 1,500 residents apparently live underground here in dugouts and that sort of thing to beat the heat. We booked a powered site trying to beat the heat, but here we are. Well, it's still 29 and very humid, but there's not a lot going on, but it's kind of cool in a quirky way. It kind of reminds me a lot of the old part, or the old part of the Strip in Las Vegas, away from the glitz and glamour. It almost seems that gimmicky, fake kind of vibe. But I mean, this is a working town. There's any which way you kind of look, there's the Opal fields. And yeah, I don't know, I like it here. The rain last night's kind of dampened things because we can't get out to the breakaways, which is they're like different coloured hills, and you can go on the main highway, but I think it's still 10k off that, so you're not going to see anything up close. But yeah, I like COOBER PEDY in a weird and different kind of way. So, Mama?
Yeah, I like it. It's kind of, I don't know, it's different. It's good for that. It's good that you're in the middle of nowhere, and I just love that you can see the mine hills and that all going on from everywhere you look, like 360 degrees basically. And Eva's really loves looking for the opals, even though me and Will kind of got over it after about 10 minutes. She was out there like an hour later basically, so yeah. What do you think, Eva? You like it here?
Yeah.
Will?
I think it's good.
What'd you see in the bushes today, babe?
I saw a snake.
You're trying to do a bush wee, weren't you, and saw one. Nearly sat on him.
Yeah, we did.
You nearly, yeah.
Opal.
Yeah, we dug for opals, didn't we?
Did you find any?
Yeah, I did.
There you go.
It was a yellow snake. My opal.
So we're just here back at Stewart Range, Caravan Park.
To sound, the one that's coming from your mouth. Don't mean to turn it upside down. I really want to hear you out.
Alrighty, so after our noodling session today in the opal fields, I've been tasked at cleaning them all. Eva's run off with one of her friends, Trina's off doing something with Will, and here I am. So this little pile is what I've got to clean. This pile over is what I'm keeping, and that's the non-keepers. So much better strike rate today. I don't know whether the GoPro does that any justice, but in that sunlight, some of those are really glistening. Like that one, I'll try and stay out of the shadows or out of the sun. That one, that one's got some cool colour. I don't know how that's coming up. The ones with the red in them, I reckon, are the best ones. Bit of red going through them. There's a lot of blues. I think the blues is kind of where it starts at. I'm not sure whether we're buying a house on Sydney Harbour or not, but we'll get Eva a little glass jar and she can chuck them all in there and look at them, and I'm sure we'll go to a few other places that have got gemstones where she can go hunting as well. She loved it. I loved it, to be honest. So I'm whispering because we're back at the caravan park and there's probably other campers around, and I still feel like a bit of a fool talking to the camera. So anyway, a few more to clean and then dinner time. So chicken burgers again tonight, I think. Bit of power, and not too much cleaning up with it, so we're sort of running low on water, and I can't be bothered filling up jerrys from the water point here because there's no taps, as I said. It's all fill it up and bring it back type thing if you need it, but we'll fill up tomorrow before we go. We don't even know where we're going, to be honest. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. I'll probably update you that maybe in the next video when we've got a bit more of an idea. So a bit of red in that one. Anyway. The pool's open sunrise to sunset. It's got to be 25 metres. The kids absolutely loved it. It's just a massive place. Safe, and yeah, this caravan park's pretty damn decent. Go show the playground and a few of the amenities, but another glorious day in COOBER PEDY.
I can't know how it is to be where you so calmly sit. When I'm further my own, there it is, catching only part of it. To just be, to really see something other than just me. To lean in, look around, open up to the sound. If I could give you more than half an ear, if I could give you more than half an ear.
So I just put up on the side of the road here. We've literally done a full lap of what they call the Outback Loop. So we started in Port Augusta, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, something like that. I don't know, maybe a kilometre up the road. We went up to Hawker, into the Flinders Ranges. These are the southern, or the central and southern Flinders Ranges, as I look down and stand on the ant's nest. From there, we went up to Maree and started the Unundana track, across the COOBER PEDY, back down the Stewart Highway to Port Augusta, and we're back in Port Augusta. And we got a little treat for the kids. Just sitting on the side of the road at the moment because we're actually going to a sheep station just out of town called Spear Creek. And we're just coming in the caravan. Hopefully that light starts to change. What have we got?
KFC! And this.
And
We haven't had it for ages.
it's literally been
A month.
probably 2 months since we had it in Tassie. So I saw it coming through and we're like, oh kids, do you want an early dinner? I can't be bothered. It's been a long day driving, 7 or 8 hours. 7 hours, 550 odd Ks. So we get the Dirty Bird, which tastes damn good, to be honest. It tastes damn good. What's it taste like?
Yummy.
Yummy. What's it taste like, Will?
Yummy.
Yummy. What's it taste like, Mum?
Deliciousness.
Piggy! So it's morning time in South Australia. We are at the foothills of the Flinders Ranges again. I don't know whether you're able to see there in the background. Up there. They get steep really quickly. Beautiful spot, a place called Spear Creek Sheep Station. So the guys that run it now, they've been running it for the last 18 months. They're 4th generation farmers on this property. So they're doing good things, to be honest. We've only spent a night here, got recommended to us by some people we met in William Creek and then again in COOBER PEDY. We just wanted somewhere safe near Port Augusta, and it's about 20 minutes out of town. I'm sure Port Augusta's fine, but you just sort of hear some stories about it. We just wanted to use it as a bit of a base to get back to so we could start the rest of our ventures. So yeah, you basically camped underneath these 400-year-old red gums, which I'm always a little skeptical about, especially when you see ones like they've got big holes like that. There's another one up there where you literally can walk in the whole tree, and there's hundreds upon or tons of kilos of wood above you. just waiting to fall. So, but no, it is beautiful what they're doing here. You can buy lamb from the shop. They've got a powered section down there. We're up in the non-powered bush camping setting, which is not really bush camping. It is in the bush, but it just feels more unpowered than anything. We've got some water just here if we want to use water, which we might actually fill up one tank, just to have some in the tanks. Costs us $30 a night. Kids under 5 are free. Haven't really seen much else. There are some walks, some four-wheel drive tracks and that you can do to explore the property. But yeah, it's worth the stay. It's a nice little place. It's quiet, safe. And what do you reckon of Spear Creek?
Yeah, I really liked it. It reminded me of being on the farm, waking up to all the sheep baaing and the birds chirping. So that was really nice, really peaceful.
Sun's just coming up now, so we'll get back in the car. We've got a big drive today, which we'll probably update on once we're driving. And yeah, we'll sort of flip things and shaking things up a little bit.
No.
Hit the brakes, throw stones into a quiet lake. What is it you're really saying? I turn the thoughts to little waves. Space on either side of every single word I write. I found you in another line. Notice all the time it takes to just be, to really see something other than just me, to lean in.
So we're on the road again. A couple of big driving days. Kids in the back on their devices. It's the easiest way to keep them occupied and keep us safe in the front. So that'll probably about do it from our COOBER PEDY episode down back to Port Augusta. We've done the big outback loop from Port Augusta up the Flinders Ranges, across the Unadilla track in a couple of days into COOBER PEDY. I absolutely love COOBER PEDY. It was quirky, it was real, it was I don't know, it was wild in a way. Everyone's there looking for, trying to make a fortune. Everyone's there trying to sell their fortune. It's quirky. It's just there's something about it. It's very old school Vegas to me, in the middle of nowhere. But in saying that, it's kind of in the perfect place because there's not a lot else around it. A lot of defence land out there with Woomera, and they still own a lot of that. So there's not a lot of other places out there to stop, or if you're going up to Darwin or you're coming back down or whatever. It's in a good spot, and it's sort of worth the stop there. Like we spent 3 nights, one there underground, which was really cool, Alley's underground, then 2 at the Stewart Range Caravan Park. Then we've hightailed to Port Augusta, and now we are heading east. That's right, we were going west, we were going to go south down to the Eyre Peninsula, but now we're going to go east. We're going to go outback New South Wales. Probably update a little bit more on that in the next episode, and that will probably be the next episode. But for now, Mama, what were your thoughts on COOBER PEDY and on what we did there?
Yeah, I really liked it. It was kind of, I don't know, I guess different from everything else we've done, and Eva loved it because she wrote about it in her travel journal. She even wrote 2 pages on it. So she made a friend, she looked for opals, which she absolutely loved. She absolutely, apparently it was the best day of her life when we slept under house.
We're underground, baby! Yeah, this is the best day of my life!
I totally agree. When you've been living in a van for 2.5 months, it was very, very nice to spread our wings, have a couch to sit on, have a TV to watch. All those small things in life that you kind of miss. Would definitely be, I think, having some nice experiences like that along the way. Not all the time, so it blows the budget, but yeah, it was really good. We met some really nice people.
Didn't find your opal, the big opal though, did you?
No, No, well, we found specks of opal, is about all. But,
I found the best one. Mine's the most colourful, got the most red in it. And they all found me on their opal, basically.
Oh my gosh.
I will say the drive from COOBER PEDY to Port Augusta is nice. Like, it's a really cool drive. Some big salt lakes, and then this road so far as well. So you go to Arkarul that way. It's interesting. Whirly whirly. Eva, there's a whirly whirly in front of us. Look, crossing the road. That's cool.
Tornado.
Anyway, I don't know whether you can see that. We better stop here and get some fuel. We are in a place called Yunta, I think it is, still in South Australia. We'll cross over to New South Wales today, and outback New South Wales, our next destination. I don't know what you were going to ask Eva then. Anyway, it's a weird way to finish an episode. It's a bit higgledy-piggledy. I've driven past the diesel pump, and I don't know how the whole episode's going to come together just yet, because there's a whole lot of not much going on, a lot of talking and everything like that. So that might be the way we finish it, and just be everything. Anyway, bye.
You know I can make a mess.